Small but beautiful, the Monmouthshire and Brecon Canal in South Wales was constructed following the route of the River Usk, winding its way south from Brecon to Newport. During the Industrial Revolution of the 18th and 19th century, the valleys of South Wales had strong industrial innovation linked to industry in the local community, connected to the iron and steel industry. The Monmouthshire and Brecon Canal played an important role in supporting this as the primary bulk transport system of the time. Now over 200 years old, the canal is navigable for 56 kilometres, while the southern section is currently unnavigable for 27 kilometres. Since 1999, volunteers on the southern section have been working to restore the canal from Newport to Cwmbran. The Waterworks project vision was to sustainably restore, maintain and enhance the built and natural environment of the Monmouthshire and Brecon Canal at Coch through volunteering, learning, education and a skills training programme. The project is a partnership between Torfaen County Borough Council and the Monmouthshire, Brecon and Abergavenny Canals Trust and has been funded by Heritage Lottery Fund and other funders. The project set up a programme of restoration work using community volunteers to restore and enhance the historic fabric and built environment of the canal. A key aspect of the project was the development of a dedicated training programme for volunteers in heritage construction skills and canal management techniques, particularly for the long-term unemployed and young people not in education or training.
This sort of project's really important for youngsters today who don't have the opportunities to get into full-blown apprenticeships to start with, so that later on they may get the opportunity to be taken on by a local company, whether they be landscapers or grounds maintenance. There's lots and lots of positives that these youngsters get out of it, such as developing their life skills, working with others, basic skills, so because they have to use numeracy, literacy with the qualification that they're developing, and developing skills, general life skills that will enable them to communicate with people of different levels, and it'll help them with their confidence in going for job interviews in the future.
I mainly drive the digger, so I'm a plant operator, and I do stonework, carpentry, all different skills they teach me for the week.
During the project, over 260 volunteers have been involved, contributing over 7,000 volunteer days. The 3-year project has helped to safeguard a major heritage asset and deliver a range of social, economic and environmental outcomes for a broad section of the population. The project has restored 6 locks and a range of other canal structures using only volunteers, who have all received on-the-job training to carry out the work.
I grew up on boating holidays on the canal, so yes, I've always had a fascination with them. I love the locks, always have done. So yes, I love the outdoors, I like doing things practically, so it all sort of tied in really with working and volunteering down here.
It's an outdoor activity, it's exercise, we dig, we do heavy work, we pick and shovel, we haul great big stones around, so it's physical exercise. It's mixing with people from all kinds of backgrounds, of all ages. We've got people from 18 to, I haven't got 80 yet, but certainly 70s. All manner of personalities and interests and involvements, from Duke of Edinburgh scheme to people who just do this for the love of it and whatever. So for me it's wonderful, and I'm hooked, and I come down every year and get sunburnt and blistered, my nose is peeling. But I love every minute of it.
I spent a month and a half chiselling out, raking and pointing it all back up, laser myself, did that. And recently I've been in this lock here taking out all the weed, root, and it's good exercise as well. It keeps you fit. Who needs to go off to a gym? We go in here.
By restoring and improving the environment of the canal, the project has promoted access and delivered educational and training activities linked to heritage and the environment, which has encouraged local residents and visitors to use and appreciate the canal.
When children come to the canal sometimes, and they come straight away, they're not sure of what they've got in front of them. But as they learn more and their confidence increases, then you see them engage more. And that engagement is really vital, because for the future of this canal, we want it to be a viable waterway again. We don't want it to sink into dilapidation and decay. We want a future for it. And there could be a future in so many different ways. Perhaps sometimes people see the canal in one way, and what we're trying to do is to present all the different pictures and the different stories, so that for the future this canal has a real life.
The project has worked in partnership with Swansea University and the Kennet and Avon Canal Trust to develop a volunteer-friendly modular hybrid steel timber lockgate system, which reflects the design of a traditional timber gate. These lock gates are best described as an IKEA flat pack design and can be assembled in the lock chamber by volunteers and do not require any heavy machinery to install. The gates are more sustainable than wooden lock gates, which require replacement every 25 years. By comparison, the modular gate has a lifespan of over 100 years.
This particular design came out of possibly me sitting at home in front of the fire sketching an idea which we then put into practice. The engineering department of Swansea University then took that design and tested it through their computer systems, through their lab, and came out with a design which was compatible to a timber gate. Heritage-wise, it reflects the design of a heritage gate, and after a few months you wouldn't tell the difference. In some cases people come down here and think, oh, that's another wooden gate, but it's not.
The project has delivered a number of benefits, including using the canal restoration as a vehicle for accredited training in traditional heritage, construction, conservation skills and canal management, boosting the employment opportunities of volunteers from the local community. Improved the canal environment, its accessibility to visitors, including recreational activity along the canal. Creating a community route for cycling, walking and boating for both residents and visitors. Encouraging more use of the canal and offering greater opportunities for physical activity in the outdoors, promoting a healthier lifestyle. Sustainable restoration of the canal has improved landscape and biodiversity potential in the area. By offering opportunities on the canal for volunteering, the local community has become engaged in the project. Waterworks is another step forward to achieving the long-term aspiration of the Monmouthshire and Brecon Canals Regeneration Partnership, of restoring navigation to the full length of canal from Newport to Brecon through Cwmbran. The project is an exemplar of best practice for volunteer-led canal restoration and conservation, which can be rolled out along the Monmouthshire and Brecon canals and other waterways in the future. So what's next? The project will be maintained by the Monmouthshire, Brecon and Abergavenny Canals Trust. So for volunteers, work will continue. The project team are currently working to secure funding for further restoration work on the canal. An important aspect of the next stage of the project is to be able to share knowledge, and it's planned to work with other canals across the country to share best practice and offer advice in using volunteers and training in restoration projects.
It's all achievable, but it's working with everyone, and not only the school children but the local communities to get the best out of the waterway corridor. So it's there for everyone: cyclists, walkers, runners, anglers and boaters.